Alright, so today I'm making a biscuit cutter. I saw a challenge up on Facebook and I wanted to see what I could do. I've never made a biscuit cutter before, so I picked out a piece of bocote and I put a turquoise inlay around the handle. It's about 2.5 inches on the inside, just a little bit bigger. It's got a couple air holes in there. You'll see I drilled those out. And just fun little project. Didn't take too long. Just about anybody could do it, I think, if you've got a lathe, or probably even if you don't and you're real careful about getting stuff round. Anyways, check it out, see what I did with it. If you like, subscribe, appreciate it, share it, and let's see what happens. Alright, so I've got a piece of bocote. It's 3 inch by 3 inch by 4 inch. I've just got it between centers right now. I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to make a little tenon so I can get it into my chuck. So we'll see what happens. It's almost round. Bring this tool rest in a little bit. Still a little bit of wax left right there, but it's super thin. And I'm going to turn this a little bit more once I get it chucked up. Funny thing about bocote, it smells like pickles. It's kind of neat. Alright, what do I want to use to cut my tenon? Just grab this guy back here. Got a decent edge on it still. Alright, got my little dovetail tenon. Get this tail stock out of the way. So, just to make sure everything's still running through. I'll keep the tailstock up for a second. This is going to be the cutter. This will be the handle. So I'm going to start shaping it. I'm probably going to give myself I don't know. I don't usually cut my biscuits more than, well, I don't roll them out more than 3/4 of an inch thick. So I think I'll give myself about 1 1/4 inches or so. So I'll just grab a pencil that actually has lead. Should be good. So that'll be the depth of my cutter, and the rest will be handle. I'll end up drilling some holes once I've got that hollowed out a bit. So I just do a quick little rough shape. Alright, so that's my handle carved out and my cutter. So now I'm going to get rid of my tailstock and do some hollowing here real quick. I have to take my face mask off so you can actually hear me. I am going to have to move the camera, so I'm going to pause it for a second. I'll be right back. Alright, so I got rid of my tailstock. Just going to flip my tool rest around a little bit. Get that lined up. My banjo hates me right now. What is going on? There we go. Should be close in there. Just going to flatten it off real quick, and then I'm going to start hollowing. Alright, tripod's in my way. I gotta move it. Because otherwise this is never gonna happen. Alright, we're sharp again. Let's try this again. This bocote doesn't like me. Alright, we're almost there. About that deep. I'm going to go just another little bit. Close. So I think I'm going to scrape the rest because I'm real close. A little too much reach and a little too aggressive. My sides are good where they are. I just need to get my holes drilled. Once I get my holes drilled, I'll flatten out the bottom. That last catch I got made me a nice little ring, and actually I'm going to use that to set the distance on my holes that I'm about to drill. So there's that. Doesn't need to be up there. And this. And I'm just going to grab, should do, yeah, that'll work. What is this? 3/8, doesn't matter. Grabbing random bits. Get my scraper out of the way. Get my tailstock out of the way. That was bad. I hit my handle. I'll have to fix that here in a bit. That's so when I'm cutting my biscuits, the air can come out and they won't just get stuck in there. Not right there. Alright, there's that. Nicked my handle a little bit going through with those holes. Not the end of the world. I'll just turn it a little bit smaller. Get this out. I think my big scraper is probably going to be too much for this little thing. Let's see. Like it. No. I'm not going to risk that. That's too much. I'll go back to my 1/2 inch. I think I'm going to call that guy good right there, at least for the inside. You know what? Go just a little bit thinner on the inside. I think that's as thin as I want to go. Could be 3/16, it could be an 1/8. Let's see. This is set for millimeters. Let's see what we got. Three millimeters thick. I think that'll work for a biscuit cutter. I'm just gonna sharpen up that edge a little bit. I'll do that from the side. Alright, so off camera, just real quick what I did, I finished shaping my handle and I put a little groove in there because I thought, you know what, this is for a contest, let's get a little bit fancy. So I'm going to do an inlay. I haven't decided which inlay I'm going to use yet, whether it's going to be crushed opal or turquoise or what. I'm trying to decide what's going to look good with that bocote and what color and all that. So I will come back to that. After I did that, I did a quick sand. I sanded it up to 220. That's as far as I'm going to take it for that. It's got a nice finish, and I'll leave it at that for the sanding, and then I'll do just a mineral oil or cutting board oil finish for it, so it's food safe. I was thinking about doing shine juice. That's shellac and boiled linseed oil and all that, and that would work after it cured, but I plan on making biscuits and gravy tonight, so I kind of want to use it now. So I'm going to just go with the mineral spirits, or I'm sorry, not mineral spirits, mineral oil, to make a quick food safe finish, and that's going to finish that out. For now, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video again. I'm not going to show the inlay process. It does take some time, especially on a piece of this size. Once I'm finished, I'm going to go ahead and sand down and finish up the inlay part of it. I might come back for shaping up the inlay and all that, just to show you the finishing few cuts, and then we'll call it good. I decided to go with turquoise because that much opal would be fairly expensive. I'm going to go ahead, I've got it super glued in, used CA glue, hit it with some activator to get it set real quick. I'm going to get my mask back on, and then I'm going to turn that down to finish the inlay part of it. Make sure that's good. Almost there. That should be a crisp line when I'm done. It's looking close. Let's see. Yep, I think we're there. Alright. So, I'm going to pause the video again. Or I'm going to pause the camera, rather. The video is going to keep going. I'm going to sand this up some, and once I finish sanding it, then I'll turn it back on and show you how it looks as the oil goes on. See you in a minute. Well, there we are with the inlay cleaned up, and everything to this point, inside and out, is sanded to 220. I'm just going to take some cutting board oil. It's just mineral oil, and put some of this on my little rag. Let's see how this comes to life. Ooh, I like that. I love bocote. I made myself a ring out of bocote just because it's just so pretty. Well, that's the outside done. Whew. That's going to be a good looking biscuit cutter right there. And I'm just putting it on super thick right now. Gosh, that's pretty. So I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes. Once that sits for a few minutes, I'm going to I'm going to turn the lathe on, and I'm really just going to buff it out with the paper towel, probably the same one I just used to put it on, maybe a clean one to get rid of some of the extra oil. But I want to let this sit and soak in for a few minutes, and then I'll come back, clean it up a little bit, and I'll part it off, sand up the top, and once that's done, I'll finish that and I'll show you the final piece. Well, there it is. That's the finished bocote biscuit cutter. See if I can lighten that up a little bit. There you go. It has a turquoise inlay, 2.6 inches inside diameter, so just over 2.5 inch biscuits can be cut out. It's turned down to 3 millimeters on the walls, so nice thin, so it's not getting bound up. There's holes in there to let the air come out so the biscuits can fall. And I just, like I said before, parted it off, sanded off the top, and that's it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you'd like to see me make next. Thanks for watching. And here it is in action. Homemade buttermilk biscuits, just under 3 inches around. Stamped out with my with my biscuit cutter that I made today in the workshop. Thanks for watching.